hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whichever time you guys are watching this. My name is Leticia Campbell, and I have my amazing co host, Meiyoko Taylor. And we're coming at you guys for another awesome conversation. I'm really excited about this. Are you excited, Meiyoko?
I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm good.
He's excited. He's jumping out at the seats. Now we're going to be talking about information. Now I remember like way back, I would say 2015, when e-learning and the how to and all those things were like big. I remember a mentor told me like, listen, this is an opportunity where you can make billions of dollars just off of your own personal intellectual property, just off of the information that you share out there to the world, and the how to's and the secrets. I don't want to name no names. Everybody has, oh, this is the top secrets of this, and this is the top. We're going to unlock all these things. And now times have changed. They're not changing, right? Times have changed when it comes to information, right?
Right.
What we share, how we distribute it, and how we market it, right? And what has changed that? ChatGPT, AI. AI has changed that, has shifted so many things. So I know Meiyoko and I in the past 24 hours have been talking about this and discussing this, because the reason why we brought it up for ourselves, because we are shifting how we market, how we get out there, our information out there to the world. So I hope you guys, after watching this live, also have that deep conversation with yourselves. And this is definitely going to help you do that. So today, what we're going to be talking about is information is not dead, right? Information is not enough anymore,
Mhm.
right? So we're going to change. We're going to talk about how the game has changed, but most of y'all are not changing.
Right. So I just kind of want to add a little bit of context to that. If you look around, before COVID, information marketing was, and it is still a multi-billion-dollar industry. But what happened when COVID started is that people had all this disposable income. They were at home. They didn't have jobs. They wanted to venture out into these careers. So for coaches and service providers at that time, things were good. I mean, you could literally write out a post or do some type of how to, charge money for it, and make a lot of money because people had disposable income at the time and people were in between careers. They didn't know what they wanted to do. Right. So people had a lot of unanswered questions. So, of course, they're searching for information via YouTube, via Facebook, Instagram. But now the game has shifted. We have something called Chat GPT. We have Gemini, we have Jasper, we have so many different AI tools now. And what it did for the information marketing industry is that it gave everybody access to information on demand at the press of a button. So you can go into Chat GPT or any type of AI interface and say, hey, how do I do this? How do I learn how to do that? It's going to give you an answer probably in less than 2 minutes, right? So now what that does is now my how-to guide versus what ChatGPT does, and ChatGPT or AI does a very good job of giving you a how-to. Now what it does is it takes away surface level coaching, surface level advice. So that no longer works. So why is your ideal audience or your client going to pay for how-to information or pay attention to how-to information if it's surface level and if they could just get it by typing it in themselves? All right. So this kind of sets the stage for what we want to talk about today. So information is not enough anymore. So we want you all to understand that the game's
Yeah,
changed and you did it,
that's
which is
right.
most people, but you did it.
That's right.
So let's begin. Let's go into it.
It brings
And
us to our first point, which is information no longer works, right?
right,
Many of you probably feel that way. I know y'all are feeling it in your bank accounts. You're like, hey, I'm promoting. You're still out there. You're posting. You're going live. You're doing events and things like that. But you're seeing that there's people are not biting. They're not grabbing on. You're giving all this great information, all this great content, but people are not moving along the
mm-hmm,
process, right?
mm-hmm,
And that's a big thing right now, Meiyoko. You know what I'm saying? We
absolutely.
discuss this all the time, how people are stuck, you know. And so this is the time we have to really scale back and say, okay, let me shift some things. What do you think
Right,
about that?
right. Because if you're just giving surface level information, it's nice to have.
Hmm.
Oh, that's useful. That's kind of cool. But if it's something that they really can't implement, if it's something that's not actionable, then there's really no value to it. So they have access to this information. So now you got to think about a couple of things, right? Instead of how can I give them information, how can I change how they feel about themselves? How can I shift their perspective? How can I give them something today that they can implement today that's going to cause transformation tomorrow? So information is not going to work. We can get that anywhere and from anybody. So what perspective, and I want everybody to think about it, what perspective are you changing? What necessary belief are you shifting? What, at the end of the day, do they feel like they can become better with the content that you actually gave them? What is it actually doing for them? Is it informing them or is it transforming them? So
I
there,
like that.
is it informing them? Oh, I'm going to use that forever because that just came to me. Is it informing them or is it transforming them?
I like that. I mean, we could spend a lot of time on that point, but
Right.
I
Right.
want to go to the next point, which
Okay.
I really like because information is no longer in high demand. Results are. The results are in high
Mm,
demand. And I say this
right.
because a lot of us, we either have worked with a mentor, or you currently working with a mentor now, and you're just falling in love with the process. And that's great. But where are the results? And y'all know I share this many times on the show. Miyoko's my mentor. He's my coach as well. You know what I mean? So the process, we talk about this all the time. Miyoko, my process is amazing, but the results, what's the
Right.
result? And that's what's in demand right now. Like we said before, Miyoko said information is great. We're not, you know, putting down on that, but we really got to focus on what result, what's the transformation, what's the
Right.
outcome, are you are you really taking people from A to Z like you're supposed to take? And that's the goal when it comes to the era that we're in right now.
Right.
Hmm.
Information is nice, but what result are you giving?
Yeah.
What am what am I going to what am I going to walk away from based on the content that you're giving me that is
Hmm.
going to make a difference in my life?
Hmm. Hmm.
And sometimes that's not tomorrow. Sometimes that's
Hmm.
today. What can
Hmm.
I take right now that can move the needle today? And this is why you
Hmm.
see a lot of people, if you look around, they have testimonials, results.
Hmm.
If they're service
Oh
providers and
yeah.
they're helping you make money, it's
Hmm.
a financial result. They're showing you a
Hmm.
financial result that they're getting for their client. So, what kind of results are you getting for them? If they are not getting any results, they're not changing or moving the needle in their life, then it's really of no value.
Hmm.
Some of you are out there giving a lot of information that has no value to your ideal client.
That's right.
It
That's
just
right.
looks good. It may sound good to you, but to them, it's just like, okay, next person, next person, next person. And they're going to click on somebody that says, hey, I can get you this result. And I'm going to show you the process to getting this result.
Hmm.
And if you're interested in going along this journey to get this result, reach out to me. They're going
Yeah.
to go to that person all the time.
They are. They are.
All the
And
time.
it's not even so much how you look anymore too. I know a lot of you are consultants, maybe you're an agent, and you're
Mhm.
so into, like, and I just had this conversation with someone yesterday. Oh, I don't have a suit, I don't have a tie, I don't have this and that. And all that is great, but it's like if you don't know how to close, or if you don't know how to really capture the leads that you have in front of you and to give them a result, then you're not going to be in high demand. We all want to be in high demand. Let's just be honest. You know what I
Right.
mean? We all want people, whenever they think of a particular problem that they have, our name comes up. You know what I'm saying? Your
Mhm.
business, your brand
Right.
comes up.
Right.
And that's important. But if you just focus on saying, let me just keep putting information out there, and like what Meiyoko was saying, you're not giving a result, it's good. That's the difference from people who are succeeding versus the people who are stuck right now. And there's
Right.
a lot of y'all that are really stuck. So I hope this live help you guys with that. So let's go ahead and move on to our last point for today. And I like this one too because the difference makers are the ones who shift the experience that they're giving their audience, right?
Right.
That's another thing that is in high demand that makes you different from everyone else who are doing the same or similar business to you. Your experience needs to shift now. It can't
Mhm.
be like the cookie cutter way, business in the box, all these different things that were great selling points back then. And now people are looking at, okay, how are you going to help me? What experience you're going to give me?
Right.
How am I going to feel? And that's beyond the process, right?
Hmm.
Because people don't have to work with you. There's so
No, not at
many.
all.
It's like it is a. We're already. Let's be honest. We're in a saturated space. In the past, it used to be probably a handful of people who do what you do, and now it's over 1,000 people every day
Yeah, you're talking about hundreds
doing
of
what
them.
you do. And the way
Right.
AI works now, I could just put a headshot in something like artistry, whatever sites that are out there, and it could change, it could put me in front of a desk or put me on a beach and all these things. So sometimes you don't know if that's a real person you're working with or not unless you get them in on a Zoom.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
for me, that's the difference maker is the experience that you want to create for everyone who works with you, who come in contact with you,
Right.
right?
So I'm gonna
Mhm.
go right piggyback right off of that. So
Go right ahead.
it's not for me, it's not even just the experience. You said a key word, the experience, right?
Mhm.
When people work with you. But what about the
Mhm.
experience when they come to your profile?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about the experience when they actually look at your content?
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
should feel different.
Mhm.
They should either feel different, think different, see different
Yep.
after they look at your content.
Mhm.
And Leticia tell you, I'm very, very big on the emotional intelligence side,
Yes,
the
you
inner,
are.
the self development side. So when I go and I look at a post for me personally, I want to learn something new that I can apply. Listen to what I just said. Learn something new that I can apply. Information that I learn is great, but if I can't see that it's applicable in my own life, then I mean it's really not useful to me. So when you're doing your content and you're presenting yourself, I want you to get away from the fact that I'm giving them good information. No, I'm shifting a perspective. I'm showing them a process that's going to help them get from point A to point B. Because if your content is not doing that, I give you the next 6 to 12 months. If you continue at that rate, you're either not going to be in business or you're going to feel like your idea, your vision, and what you have of a business is not going to work. You
Right.
have to change how you're looking at content, how you're looking at generating clientele, because information now is just not going to do it. And me and Leticia had this talk last night, about information. People are overloaded with information, but there's no accountability. There's no process or system.
Mhm.
There's no framework that they can apply
Mhm.
or implement.
No
All these things
support.
are important. I'm tired of information. I'm sure
Mhm.
you're tired of information. So if you're
That's
tired of
right.
information that you can't use, why
Mhm.
would you give information that you can't use to your ideal audience? For what?
Mhm. Mhm.
Don't do it. So
And
think
you
about
got to know where your audience is at. I think that's important
correct
as well.
that
A lot
too.
of us miss that point. I was just talking to a client last night, and she does this whole funding thing. And I was like, "Well, does your audience know enough about it for them to get that $10,000 offer?" She said, "No." I said, "Okay, you got to shift it because they don't know when you're putting this in front of their face and you give them everything. It's not going to work out. So you got to know where your audience is at mentally. You know what I mean? You got to. That's important. It's definitely important
Right.
when it
And
comes
I
to
mean,
profit.
and people are emotionally charged. This
Yes.
is why I stress emotional intelligence and EQ, because at the end of the day, we all want to feel something. When I read a post, I want to feel like I can actually accomplish what you're telling me. I want you to show me the process. That way I can feel, man, you know what? I can do this. There's a process. They laid it out. I can actually accomplish what I need to accomplish. And what that does, that gives me hope, that gives me confidence, and that actually makes me want to look at your content even more and potentially raise my hand and say, hey, you know what? I got this going on. I feel like you're the one that can help me. So how are you making people feel when they experience profile, post, all these different things? What type of emotion are you producing from them?
Hmm.
Because emotions is a thing that we really neglect and we
Yes, we
take for
do.
granted.
Hmm.
But I'm telling you, the most buying decisions are almost always emotional. I'm telling you.
That's right. This is why we created Your Brand, Your Breakthrough. Is really getting you guys to be your authentic selves That's that difference maker. You be It's more of, you're not trying to be like everybody else. Well, this person's doing this and I want to do this like that person. Yes, you can use that person as a guideline, especially when if you want your copy to sound like Russell Brunson or Alex or whatever. Yeah. But at the end of the day, is that being your authentic self that also make a huge difference, in how
Right.
you market, how you promote, how your profile looks, how your whole aesthetic is, and all that. And us not getting so tied to just beating information down people's throats. People getting too much information and they don't move because they want to process everything that you're telling them along with the world. Because again, people can ask how to break what your systems down on ChatGPT or on a different AI tool on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those
Right.
vehicles are getting bigger. We cannot move people away from those things because they tapped into it, you know? So we got to really, shift some things here. Really, really shift some things here. So I hope this conversation helped each and every one of you who are watching, whether you're feeling stuck right now, whether you're feeling lost right now, whether you're feeling like I'm going to give up because this is not working. We hope that you got one or two pieces from today's live and said, okay, I'm going to shift how I'm marketing, how I'm promoting myself, how I'm showing up on and offline, and all the things. Now, we are in the process of creating a community on
Yes.
Facebook. So, if those of you who are interested in joining our community, just go ahead and type in me in the chat, and I'll send you the link so you can go ahead and join. And we're going to go more deeper into conversation in that
Absolutely.
community. So we
More
want you guys
tactical.
to come and we want to help you. We don't want you guys to be stuck. We especially don't want you guys to give up, right? But it's just all in shifting your strategy on how
Right.
you distribute your information out there to the world so people can
Right.
actually say, hey, I
And,
want to work.
right. And I
I
just
want to
want
work. I Go ahead.
and I just want to leave you with this.
Hmm.
Focus on transformation,
Hmm.
accountability, support, systems, and frameworks.
Right.
These are all the things that help people move the needle.
Yep.
If you don't focus on these things, you're just like everybody else and
That's
you're giving
right. And
out
for those
information
of you
that
who are
nobody.
like, you don't have none of that, you definitely need to send either myself or Meiyoko a DM right now. Don't even wait. Be like,
Yes.
listen, how can I get all those things? Because you need it. Charlie said, thank you for the info and it's giving me something to think about.
Transformation,
Yes. Hmm.
transformation,
Hmm.
systems, support. What else did I say? Uh-oh, we
Transformations.
got a phone call. Transformation, systems, support, accountability, and
Accountability
frameworks.
framework. Yes.
All
And
right.
framework.
Those five things,
Uh-huh.
those are what your audience needs. Those are what your clients need, regardless
Uh-huh.
of whatever you sell, whatever you provide. You
Yes,
can't be,
that's definitely important.
can't be completely information based anymore. It's
And I
not
hope
going
y'all
to.
wrote that down. Yes, I hope you guys wrote all that down. So again, if you're interested in joining our community, just go ahead and learning more about it. Just go ahead and type in me in the chat.
Sign
All
up.
right, definitely join us.
I'm going
All
to tell
right,
you,
so
sign up. I'm not going to ask if you're interested. I'm just going to tell you to sign up, join.
sign up.
It's free. It's going to be
It's
some of the
free.
best free information that you can implement that you will ever receive.
Yeah, and it's definitely for those of you who are aspiring to be high income earners. You want, as you're giving out these transformations, you got to know how to package it, how to implement, how to push it out there into the world. It's so important. So I want to share a story. One of my clients I've had for years, I actually linked her up with Meiyoko just recently because she had a huge challenge with articulating her transformation. And I was like, you know what? You got to get to my guy, my big brother Meiyoko over here. And I'm telling you guys, it wasn't even a week because I meet with my clients, on a sort of like
That
a
was one meeting. One
anyway,
meeting.
it was one
One
meeting.
meeting.
She came back and it almost like she was like, we our little 5-year old girls that like, oh my God, they got a new toy or something. They get so excited. Her aura shifted. Now that's the now if you, we this is real time results here, guys. I'm talking about in a matter of a week. She was like almost like she just blossomed. And I want to thank you for that, Miyoko, because that's huge. That's
Oh, thank
really,
you.
really huge when you just know it, and having those conversations like that is important. So again, guys, Definitely type me in the chat if you guys are interested. It's a free community. All are welcome to join. But yes, let's
Join.
definitely
Not
get
if
out
you're
there and
interested. Join.
join. Yes.
You've been watching these live streams a lot. These live streams are, if on a scale of 1 to 10, these live streams are like a 3.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're actually in the community, you're going to get
Mm-hmm.
way more than this. You're going to get tactical strategies, frameworks, a little bit of accountability. You're
Mm-hmm.
actually going to learn and you're going to grow and you're going to progress, because that's what we
Mm-hmm.
all want. Nobody wants to sit
Yes.
around being business owners and entrepreneurs and you're not learning nothing. You're not making any money. You're not actually
Yes.
growing.
Yes.
All
Yes. And
right.
I'm gonna go back to the word because I know you're a pastor's son, Meiyoko. They talked about this on service on Sunday. How the word says the harvest is out there, but the laborers are few. It's
Ah,
still harvest out there. So don't y'all think that because what's going on in the world, people are, on furlough or whatever, that nobody's spending. The rich is still getting rich. Okay. They're
absolutely.
still making
People are
money
still spending money, but they're spending it differently now.
differently. Yes. And that's even in the recession, even in our young, when we were little kids, we knew, there was shifts happening. So they're spending it differently. I'm glad that you pointed that out. All right, guys. So Charlene, I'll reach out to you, love. And those of you who are watching on the replay, just go ahead and type me right now in the chat. And thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next
All
time.
right. See
Bye,
y'all in the
guys.
community.
In the community. Yes, in the community. See y'all later. Bye, guys.